Hey YouTube, this is Dean making another video. If you like my content, please consider hitting the like button. Also, please consider subscribing, as it is very much appreciated. Okay, discussion on high-speed steel strikers. Watched Jason make a video a little while ago about strikers, and I heard him mention something about cobalt being added to high-speed steel lathe bits. And I'd never heard that piece of information. And I looked it up, and apparently it makes them a lot tougher and stronger, harder. So I looked it around and found some. I'd never had a problem with the high-speed steel as it is. It's usually very hard, very tough steel as it is. Usually comes with nice sharp edges for scraping and your ferro rod and scraping fat wood. So that's why I prefer them. These are my preferred strikers for ferro rods. I've tried most of them, and this is what I get the best out of my rods with. They are destructive on rods, so only use them on 1/2 inch or greater, and bigger the rod, the better it is. Basically, you'll get globs of fire coming off rods if you use the correct method of using them. I won't go through it. That's not what this video is about. Bigger isn't necessarily better. I bought this one because I saw a few people going on about bigger ones. I think this is a 12 by 12, 200 mil. I have preferred the 200 mil. I always usually put a lanyard grip on it. That's just me. I like paracord wrapping things. I picked up paracord wrapping and gives you a good grip on it. 200 mil is a good length. I think that's 10 inches, 8 inches, something like that. I'm in metric, so I don't go by inches. So 200 mil gives me a good grip on it, and I can really get a good thing. My preferred one is 8 by 8, so 8 mil by 8 mil square, 200 mils long. This one I've used for about 3 years. I have not noticed any degradation on the edge. This is just a Chinese high-speed steel lathe bit that I bought when I bought my rod. Matched it with the orange with it, and the rod has held up very well, and so is that. I used to buy them from China, and they were pretty cheap. They were about $5 each. Look them up now. You get 2 of them for about 20 bucks, so they're about $10 each. They have gone up a little bit, and yeah, they're not too bad. Even $10 each for a 200 mil rod, not a bad price. All my little things are falling out. Anyway, I took them out the other day, and they all didn't put them back in properly. I'll fix that up in a minute. Okay, got on to cobalt. This is the 8% cobalt. It doesn't say there, it just says 333S, 8 by 8 by 200 mil. It is an 8% cobalt. This was bought in country, $23 for one rod. So it is a little bit more expensive. I usually can get, as I said, 2 of them, the 8 by 8 by 200 from China for 23 bucks. So it's twice as expensive. But apparently these cobalt lathe bits will last you a lifetime. They are apparently the go. So yeah, this one came really sharp edges. It was a little bit rusty. I had to go over it with some steel wool, which is fine. That's no dramas. It's high-speed steel, so it's tool steel. It's going to rust. Just put a red King Cobra double weave on it, and it is now in my preferred set. This is just another one of the Chinese ones. This is a 6x8, 200mm. It's just out here for show. This is the other one I'm doing now. This is 5% cobalt, CO5, so cobalt 5%. Quarter inch, so they do, this is bought from the same place as my other one. From this place, they do both metric and imperial measurements. This was only about $11, so it was good price. But I am going to, as you can see, going to put it in a piece of antler. So I've just drilled it, but I thought I had a cut-off disc here, and I went and looked around. I've searched everywhere, can't find it. So I thought, oh, I'll get a hacksaw out. Well, that was exercise in futility. All I did was blunt and rubbed it there for about 5 minutes, trying to cut into there. These are as hard as anything. They're apparently 60 Rockwell. So yeah, all it did was blunten off the edge a little bit, but yeah, and wore me out. So yeah, I'm going to have to wait until I go over to Andrew's place, because I thought I had a cut-off disc here, but one of my young fellas has grabbed it and then put it in a safe space for me. Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, I went and grabbed a piece of antler, because although I've got pieces of antler here, I didn't have a nice piece of antler. So I went to Pet Barn the other day, got a nice piece of antler, and I am going to put that there. I've already drilled the hole, got it all taped up, ready to go, and put that in there. So I think that's going to look really schmick. And yeah, I don't normally put these things in antler, but because I thought, well, that was only $11, I thought, oh, I'll get that piece of 5% cobalt high-speed steel striker. I'll have a piece of antler, and I am going to go on the 72-inch grinder and just grind that so it has a little bit of a, oh, I might just round it off, I don't know yet, because I did clean all that up on the 72-inch. I think I did. If you notice, these ones have a little flat. I might do a little flat chamfer on there, but I'll go over to Andrew's. I'm going to cut a couple of slots in there, because the glue will not stick to this. It's just slippery. So I've got to put a couple of slots in it, just in there, and it'll glue in there, and I'll 5-minute arrow dot, glue it in there, and that's what it'll look like. And that's how much is going to be sticking out. So I've got plenty of room to scrape whatever, and plenty of room to scrape fat wood and all that. And I think that's going to look pretty good too. And it's got plenty of room to grab a hold of it. That was what I wanted, because I've got big hands, as you can see, and I like antler on that. But yeah, anyway, that's wanted to talk to you about that. I'm impressed with this cobalt. Probably end up burning holes in my mat, but yeah, it rips the spark out of this. But so does this one. This is my old one. I don't really see the difference in sparking ability, but edge retention, I think this one with the 8% cobalt, I think that edge is not going to wear out on these soft metals very much. I think this is going to last me for the rest of my life, and that's why it's in with my kit. The only thing I do note, it does the chatter marks, but that's through poor technique more than anything else. But even that one strike there, it's already gouged it rips the spark out of these things. Anyway, that's just the way it goes. Wear your rods out by sparking them. That's just, they're a finite resource, so you're there. But I am going to, when this gets down, I'm going to cut that off and I've got a big piece of antler there. I am going to put, so this will have, I think this will be my striker, and this will have another really nice piece of antler, and I don't know, the wrap will probably have to get changed over, and because this will have, I hope it's not, it started a fire in there somewhere, bit of smoke coming out. Oh yeah, a bit of charcoal on fire there. Yeah, I'm going to cut it off probably about there, and I've got all that rod left for, and that's, the antler's going to be at least that long. I'm going to have that buried up into there, and that's going to have an antler. So, and I'll have at least another 3 years of using that rod, because this is 3 years old now, going on 4 years old I think. I've been doing it for at least 3 years, and I've worn it down that much. So yeah. Anyway, wanted to report on cobalt strikers. Bit expensive, but I think well worth the effort. You buy one, got a striker for the rest of your life. Maybe buy two. Wrap one in paracord, put one in an antler, piece of antler. Antler's gonna, if you can pick it up from the wild, yeah, fair enough. Not going to cost you anything. Cost you a couple of bucks for a piece of cobalt thing, and if you can, or get a piece of antler, buy it if you have to. Go to Pet Barn and buy a piece of antler. Cost you 10, 15 bucks, 20 bucks for a striker. Who cares? 20 bucks and you've got a fantastic looking piece of striker. Like a fantastic striker looking. That's really nice, you know. And if you've got grinder, just clean the end up just so it's not all sharp, because that's all sharp there. You one little touch on that on your skin and it'll just rip it, and it'll be no good in your gear, putting it in your gear and all that, you know. It'll just, that. I only pulled this out just so. That's the other one. That'd be I think that, yeah, that's just normal high speed steel, 1/4 inch by 2.5 inch. So yeah, it'll probably only go in there a little bit. But that's from Colorado Bushcraft. So yeah, fantastic. That's wood with a wooden handle. If you've got a lathe, you don't have to put it in antler. You can always put wood on, fat wood. Jim Thomas makes fantastic fat wood handles, and Jason does too. So yeah, there's opportunities are boundless for all this. Personally I like the paracord. I think paracord looks really good on them. And gives you good grip too. So yeah, whatever tickles your fancy. But I just wanted to report on the cobalt. Anyway, thanks for watching.